Hello, this is Bowhead Selassie, the Orthodox Catholic, and this video will be on the extremely long lifespans in the book of Genesis. For a while I was confused and uncertain if it was even possible that somebody could live extremely long as they did in the book of Genesis. Like, for instance, some of them have Adam like living up to 930 years, Methuselah 970-something years, I think. I just thought it might maybe possibly symbolic or something I didn't know about. Perhaps the years were different, I don't know. But then I saw a news article about a man that caught a 200-year-old rockfish in Alaska, which got me looking into animal lifespans of very different animals. Among which I found fascinating was this Wikipedia article. You can click on it. The Wikipedia article discusses the long lifespans of plants and animals. Since humans are animals, it seems it mentions that there is the immortal jellyfish, which can revert itself to youth after puberty through transdifferentiation. It just means that the cells become totipotent again after the differentiation takes place, because when we're first born, our cells they're not given any specific function. They can be converted into whatever is necessary for us to grow. But as we grow older, like we're born, and shortly after that, we lose all these, or most of these totipotent cells that could become whatever. But anyway, this particular jellyfish can revert, go back to the way like when it was a baby. But anyway, this doesn't occur in humans. But putting that aside, there was one mention of a high mammal with an extreme lifespan which has not been witnessed in modern history, like at least in humans. We have the Bowhead Whale that was estimated to be 211 years old based on measuring it. Granted, it lives in the Arctic, and has just about no predators. Nonetheless, the lifespan is amazing for a mammal that size. It's certainly a lot bigger than a human being, and it's speculated because it's in the cold and has a very limited diet, eats very little, that perhaps this causes cells, meiosis and mitosis to occur less often, so there's less likely to be errors in replication of the cells. But anyway, the article I found on alaska.edu says this. Bada found that most of the adult whales were between 20 and 60 years old when they died, but 5 males were much older. One was 91, one was 135, one was 159, one 172, and the oldest was 211 years old at the time of its death. That whale, alive during the term of President Clinton, was also gliding slowly and gracefully through the Bering and Chukchi and Beaufort seas when Thomas Jefferson was president. And you can see the article here. It's actually a forum, science forum, about the world's oldest whale, or bowhead whale. But anyway, the oldest human being in modern recent history was 122 years old, and her name was Jeanne Clement. I recall she claimed to have met Vincent van Gogh when she was a child, and she only died a few years ago. This is certainly puts rest to the claim that what some people make about Genesis 5 at setting man's lifespan to 120 years, mostly fundamentalists who don't know better. It was actually the amount of time humanity had to clean up its act before God would smite the earth with a flood. Anyway, if we can find a whale that's 211 years old, and that's just one we found, what's to say it's not possible for a human being to live well past 122 years, considering how much smaller humans are than whales? Anyway, I'm not really interested in the creationist, evolutionist debate, but this is Bowhead Selassie, the Orthodox Catholic. Hope you found it interesting.